Hi friends, it's Mari from Mari Hirai Archives, and it's about that time again. We are coming into October, which means we have just finished September. And we are just going to go over how our September looks like. We're going to set October up a little bit and set up a new notebook. So, like we always do, we always pick a new sticker for October, and there's really no rhyme or reason on how I choose this. Basically, I just kind of go through my sticker books and kind of see what goes with the theme, the month, the feeling, the vibe, the mood, and we just go along with that. And here you see me kind of looking through my books, and I was actually kind of having a hard time trying to find a sticker of the month for this one, just because I was looking for more fall themed stickers, and I realized I don't really have that many. But I did found some cute ones, but I did find some. Now I actually wanted to do that little cat, but I did that one already, so I couldn't do that. But I did find some pumpkins and some like gourds. So I thought that would be fitting for October. And so that is what we did. And I thought those were pumpkins. Those were actually apples. So we put that back. But we did find some, I think that's like a squash or maybe a big gourd. And yeah, so that is perfect for October. I thought it was fitting and I loved how it looked. So that is what we went with. Alright, so the next section that we're actually going to look at is the monthly section. And this section houses all of our dinners for the month that we had. And as you can see, it looks like I missed one day. I'm going to have to go back and check that out. I didn't realize there was a gap. But we're going to go ahead and set up for October. And this is a pretty simple process for me. Again, it's just finding cute stickers that matches the theme to decorate. And again, here I am just trying to find some fall stickers. And as I'm actually going through these stickers, I'm like, ooh, I could use this for an actual page. And so I'm like making a mental note to come back to it. And here we found a washi that I believe had some beautiful fall colors on it. And it might have been pears or fruit or some kind of vegetable on it, but I thought it was fitting. And I was thinking of doing this sticker, but I don't think it made sense because of the umbrella, so I put it back. And here I am just trying to find, I guess, some food eating stickers. And I did find this really, really cute little girl. Like, she has like this mushroom top hat that I thought was super fitting and so cute. And I can't forget the little mushroom. So cute. And I did see a couple of little stickers with like girls holding fruits. I did find this one, and because we do a lot of baking, especially during this time of year, I thought this was definitely fitting. And I love those stickers. I hope I got the washi for it versus stickers, because I really, really love those stickers. I'm gonna have to check that out. And here is another sticker that is, I think, holding some fall vegetables for sure. And I thought that was super cute and super simple. And then last, what we like to do is we like to write on the menu for this page. I love using these brush markers. These are actually the Sailor... Oh my goodness, I can't think of the name of it, but they come in a set, or you can actually buy them individually, but they're dual-ended, and so that is what I mostly use for my lettering in my Hobonichi weeks. And I like to line my letters with ink, either black ink or colored ink, but just so it kind of is a little bit more defined. Okay, so the next section we're going to actually go into is my weekly pages. Now, this is how I document my days, and I do sticker journaling because if you're new to my channel, you will see that I'm not much of a writer, and I prefer documenting my days with sticker representation. It's just kind of my way of expressing my creativity. And here we are. I'm just kind of flipping through what has happened in the last couple of weeks, or the weeks in September, and how that turned out. And like always, I love how it turns out. It's always that first day of the week that always, like, I'm like, ooh, I don't know how I like the look of it, but then once it starts filling in, I'm like, oh, this is so pretty. And so here we are, the last of September, and October hasn't been filled out yet, so we haven't gotten to that. And then my blank pages in the back is used specifically for my journaling when I want to kind of express or write a little bit more. And like here this day, if you guys saw the Mariah Carey drop and got it, let me know down in the comments. But I am a huge Mariah Carey fan, and I was so excited to see her last album come through. And so let me know your thoughts about the whole album. I absolutely love it. Now, it's not like old 1990, early 2000s Mariah Carey, but you know, it is what it is. We age, but I mean, she's still killing it for the stage of life she's at. So I'm like, yes, queen. And so yes, I did get her last album. Hopefully she'll release a little bit more, but I know her last album drop was like about 7 years ago. So but anyways, because I do have a whole collection, I did see her in concert, but yeah. Okay, so here we are. What we're doing is we're setting up for October. I have been actually saving this particular sticker just for October, just because there's like two girls holding like a big piece of chocolate, and obviously October, Halloween, we like to pass out chocolate. For Halloween, we, candy, and I thought, okay, this is specifically for October, so I waited just for this specific moment to use it. So I'm so excited to actually have it on my page. And so we are just actually decorating the cover page for my for the October journaling. And so I like to do that. I like to decorate a cover page dividing each month, just so it's kind of like a little collection of my words and my thoughts and my journaling. And we're just kind of decorating the page and seeing what looks great with it. I love the little apple with a tree. Kind of gives me little Halloween vibes. And so that is what we came up with. And I say this every single time, but this is my favorite for now. And last but not least, we like to also add the month. So this is one of my favorite stamps from Raw Market Shop. And I just stamp it with my favorite ink pad, which is the Shashita black ink. We like to keep it simple. And then we just stamp the month on there. Not sure why I paused, but okay. Okay, so yeah, super simple. I love how it turned out. And then we also like to add the number 5 to it because it actually came in a set. And so just to kind of keep it cohesive within my cover pages, I like to add the little 5 on there as well. And I use this Traveler's Company spiral notebook. It's called Kangaroo. It's in the A5 slim size, and I love this notebook. I'm not a fan of spiral, but I do love Traveler's Company spiral notebooks. I do love this pocket one because it's super useful. I actually keep all my transfer stickers in there, which you'll see here. I'm flipping through it because I'm telling myself I need to start using these. And so I think for 2026, because for 2025 and 2024, I made like a very cautious effort to use up my stickers, and I did such a good job. And I think for 2026, it's going to be the year of my transfer stickers, and so I'm definitely going to start using that, especially since I'm using the Hobonichi Techo A6 and it's daily pages versus the weekly. And so I want to keep the bulk down as much as possible because it's going to get bulky. And usually with the transfer stickers, that helps with that. And I have plenty of transfer stickers, as you can see. So that is my goal for 2026 because I have some really, really pretty ones and I definitely want to use those up. So that is a goal for 2026. So here I am. I'm just trying to find my, not try to find, I know exactly where it's at, but I was just kind of going through it, trying to see what actually is in there. And so this, I use the Traveler's Company diary stickers to mark out use the monthly tabs to divide my journaling sections. And so that is what I'm using. And then this is the number stickers that I was explaining or telling you about earlier. That kind of keeps it the same throughout the whole book. And so we are at number 10, which is crazy. We have like 2 more months before the year. Well, 3 months because we're still in October, but we're in the last quarter of the year, which is so crazy to me. But at least it's my favorite quarter. So I like to just put that on the page, and that is pretty much it for that cover page. And again, we are tabbing the section to divide the monthly parts. And I do this as we go because obviously I don't know how many pages I'm going to use each month when I'm journaling. And so I do it as we go when I do my monthly setup. So now October is ready to go. Okay, these last pages are my TV show / movie pages. These were actually pages that were had words on it and weren't very useful, and so I just pasted down some gray paper, some blank ones, and then drew out lines for each month or each day, and just logged in the TV show or movie that we watched that day. And so I've been doing it since the beginning of the year, and so I am loving how it has turned out. I definitely have to do October, but I'm going to spare you guys, so I'm not going to do that on camera. But here I am just decorating the pages, closing it out, and just kind of adding more interest on there so it's not, blank. And what I like to do is kind of use stickers that I don't really, get. And so just so I can actually use those stickers, like the ones I don't really use often. And so, or I have like multiples of it, just so I can utilize that and start, decreasing the amount of stickers that are in my book. So there you have it, guys. That is September. And let's go through it. There's my October sticker for the month. This is our monthly for our dinners. I absolutely love those stickers. And then our cover page for our journaling pages. And we've already set up the weekly pages because we are in October. Well, October ran into September, so as far as the week. So yeah, that is it, guys. Another month down, and we're all done for September, coming into October. So that is exciting to see how October is going to come about. And there is chill in the air. It's starting to cool down finally, and yeah, we are into fall. So let's clear our space, and what we're going to do is we're going to, I guess, set up a couple of things, new items that I decided to do, I guess, to keep my stationery more organized. That is always such an ongoing process for me. So this one right here is, I'm actually changing out my design notebook. Now you've seen this before, I've mentioned it in I think my last video, where I'm actually trying to have a notebook just for the designs for Tiny Planner Studio. And I did have a notebook in here, but I changed it out to this 10th anniversary MD notebook, and I absolutely love this notebook. It's a limited edition, and so I had saved it for just perfect purpose. And this is the grid with a margin on it. So they don't typically sell this, so this actually is part of their limited edition 10th anniversary set, and I saved it. I'm so happy I have it. So I thought this grid was perfect with the margin. I can draw my drawings there, put the notes and stuff inside, or the measurements inside the margin, and I'm just excited to fill that up with just the designs that I come up with. And so that's just a little update on this little notebook that I'm adding to my lineup. Next up is my pen swatching notebook. I decided to use this blank A5 Slim spiral notebook from the Travelers Company. It's just a blank notebook with white pages. And like I had mentioned before earlier in this video, this is one of my favorite spiral notebooks, and I am not really a big fan of spiral, but this I do like. I love the cardboard. And so what I decided to do was take this Travelers Company pencil board, because it does have a grid in the back. This will allow me to kind of swatch a little bit straighter. Now I wish this paper was grid, and I do have other notebooks that I could have used that had grid, but I was looking for this specific size for my pen swatching, and so that is why we decided, okay, we can make this work. And this notebook was in my notebook hoard stash, so I didn't have to buy this. It was already bought, so I saved some money. Girl math. But yeah, so we're going to swatch a bunch of the pens that I have. I have a lot of black pens. Now we know not all pens are created equal. And so I wanted a space for that, for all my pens. Not fountain pens, but my gel inks, or my gel pens, or my rollerball pens. And so here is a Travelers Company, these little pocket stickers. I always have this in hand because they are so useful, especially when I'm setting up notebooks or dashboards or decorating. I love having these pockets, and so I usually have them in stock. And I think this is actually my last page, so I definitely need to restock it. And I actually I forgot to do, I just made a purchase of the 2026 Travelers Company diary. I don't know if I added that to my cart. I might have added another notebook, but oh man, I'm gonna have to check. But yeah, I like to keep that in stock. So as you can see, now I have a place to put that pencil board. And what we're going to do here is we're just going to decorate and kind of set it up a little bit. And I do have some sticker pages here that are actually, I purchased this as part of my 2026 journaling, but I went ahead and kind of grabbed it because I was going to steal a couple of stickers on there, because as you can see, there is a theme of pens and writing on this, and I didn't have any in my current stock of stickers that I'm using for 2025. And so I wanted to check out to see what stickers I can use from there. And this is what I mean. I do have a swatch book for my fountain pens and my fountain pen inks. I'm actually using a 2024 MD Hibino that I never used, and so now I just kind of use that for my fountain pens and fountain pen ink swatching. And that's how I actually have a video about this whole fountain pen ink swatching, pen swatching on my YouTube channel. I'll probably put it in the cards, or I will put it at the end of the video if you ever want to check that out and see how I swatch my fountain pens and my fountain pen inks. And so yeah, so that kind of stays there, and I kind of keep it separate because I feel like I go through pens more than fountain pens and inks. And so, but yeah, so here are a few sticker pages that I got. Now I'm thinking about using this one right here because it specifically says pens, and there's like a group of pens, and a lot of those sticker pages have mostly fountain pen stickers, like a fountain pen, a girl holding a fountain pen. And so I think this is the best bet. Well, obviously I'm doing a voiceover, so I know it's the best bet. And yeah, so that is what I'm going to use to decorate, and that's what we're going to do for, I guess, the rest of this video is just to kind of decorate this notebook. We're going to go ahead and do the front page first. Now this was a really weird sticker page because it's supposed to be kiss cut, and I could see that some of them were kiss cut, but that specific one looked like it was kiss cut, but it was not. And so here I am just cutting it out. Yeah, see, here I am. I was inspecting. I'm like, how come this isn't kiss cut? And I had to make sure that it was even a sticker. Yeah. Because like I was so confused. I'm like, why isn't this kiss cut? But I thought it was super fitting for it to be the cover of my pen swatch book. And then it's just now a matter of trying to see where on the notebook. And I'm just kind of inspecting the other sticker pages to see if there's any other options, but as you can see, they're all like fountain pen related, like fountain pen ink. She's holding a fountain pen. She's still holding a fountain pen. And so that's fountain pen ink. So yeah, I think that was like my only option. So, but it's okay. It is super, super cute. As you can see, it's like 3 different kinds of pens, which is perfect because we are swatching all types of pens. And I also thought about this stamp because I like how it's a book and then there's a pen on there. And I thought maybe it would look cute on the front, or maybe as on the first page of this. And I think I'm just going to do it on the first page and just kind of keep that cover simple. So here we are, committing to the sticker. Luckily, the sticker doesn't, like, you know how like when you put down a sticker and it, if you try to lift it, it leaves residue or it pulls up the paper. This one was removable, and it felt like washi tape. So that's probably why. I'm pretty sure that's like a washi tape sticker page. And so, yep, just repositioning it to my liking, and I think that's pretty sure that's the same spot, but we'll go with it. So I love how it turns out. I love how it says pen and it has like a little squiggly arrow pointing to the pens. Now here I want to add something more to it because it just looked too plain for me. And so I was thinking of putting these little metal tabs on there. It didn't fit. And so here I have my little box of just metal labels and tabs, and just trying to see what my options are to put on there. And I actually need to purchase more because I've used up a lot of these metal tabs, and so I'm always on a hunt for any kind of like brass or metal types of like tabs, so I can use it to decorate like my traveler's notebook, my notebooks. And I have this one right here, and it's my last one, which makes me sad. So that means I need to put that on my list of things to purchase. And I think that is super, super cute. And of course, I want to put a label on there. Now, I didn't want to put pens because it said pens on that sticker. So I thought maybe I could just cut this grid, and it's a Midori pad of paper. And then I saw this. I was like, you know what? I could use this because I love the bear on there and how it says Traveler's Company. But I just needed a little bit space so I can write down something on there. And so here I am just trying to figure out which area that I'm going to cut out. And so I settled for this. Not settled, but I chose this. It has like the TRC little emblem on it, and then the little polar bear. The polar bear is there to dictate that it is the white pages, the white paper for the Traveler's Company. So yeah. So I'm here just kind of fitting it in, seeing where I need to cut it. And actually, I was struggling on this one a little bit. Now, I did make edits, so you guys weren't watching me struggle for the next 10 minutes. But I finally figured it out. And still, towards the end, I was like, oh man, I didn't even cut it properly. And so I had to kind of tuck it in. So what I ended up doing, because I was struggling and I didn't know how to put it on there. See, I was trying all different things and struggling. And so what I decided to do was just kind of figure out where I want that piece of paper and glue it. I mean, that was the only way. Well, that was me problem solving at that time. But in fact, I think that's probably the only way, because even if I put the paper in there, it still would have kind of squished if I tried to put it onto the notebook, because yeah. So that was the perfect way to do it, and I love how it looks. Still struggling. But it looks great. And then I'm just going to write down like pen swatch or something, or maybe just leave it blank and just leave it as is. Yeah. So I love how it turned out. I love the little added interest. And of course, throughout the days, weeks, months, whatever, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be adding a lot more things to it. This is kind of just the base. And here I am just stamping that stamp on there for that cover page. And yeah, this set is, I love this set. It actually came in a pack of 3. There's 3 different designs, and it's one of my favorites. And I think it looks great on that cover page. And again, this is kind of just the base, and I'm pretty sure in time I'll be adding a little bit more decoration and stickers and stuff on there. I was just really having a design block. I just wanted to kind of just add some interest on there, and then later on add more things to it whenever the mood strikes. And so I decided to go ahead and stamp the date on it, just so I can put the date that this was started. And so yeah, and then I decided, okay, maybe I'll go ahead and add. And you know what, I was trying to figure out what I was going to call, like a pen swatch book, pen swatching. So I just kind of said, okay, pen swatch. I still don't know. I might cover that up with another sticker. But, you know, we'll go with it for now. And I'm, you know, if I need to switch it up or cover it up, I can. So that is it for that. And then I decided to keep one page. I don't know if I want to make that like a table of contents or like an index page. Not sure. But we kept that blank. And as you can see, I'm just here trying to make sure that I can see the grid, and I can. And also later on, so I won't be swatching the pens in this video. I will probably be doing a future video. I'm not sure, because most likely I will be in the zone and then I'll forget to record it. But my plans is to have it separated by tabs and by color. So, you know, like my black inks, my brown inks, my blue inks, and I'm also including like my fine liners and my markers as well, because I do use that in my journaling a lot. And so here I am just kind of pulling out all the pens I have, and honestly, this is just the black pens I own. I also have other colored pens. And so I'm just kind of like, because at first I was thinking, oh, I could probably swatch it on camera. But then as I started pulling out the pens, I was like, this is a lot. I don't want this video to be like 3 hours. So that'll probably just be another video, or maybe I'll show on my Instagram the finished product. But yeah, so I'm planning on just kind of dividing it by tabs and by color, which I'm excited to do because I never really swatch my pens. I usually just swatch my pens in the notebook that I'm using for journaling, and that's pretty much it. So I'm just happy to have like my whole pen collection, the color and what it is, and you know, the nib size all in one spot as a reference. So I'm excited to have that, and also it kind of helps me know like what are my favorites, as far as depending on like the color or the model or the brand. So I'm just happy to have this notebook for it, and I'm pretty sure you guys probably have one too. I don't know what took me so long to get one started, but I have been in the process of just kind of organizing my stationery. So that is all just my black pens. I do have colored pens as I'm showing here, and I definitely want to add more pens in my collection as far as different colors, because I do love like using black, blues, reds, and like browns. And so I definitely want to add that to my collection, especially browns. I don't have very many, and so that's one thing. And I have started a cart with my jet pens, and this kind of was like, okay, I need to figure out what pens I have. So this kind of started, okay, I need to have a notebook just for my pens. And so that is what kind of started it. Like, okay, I guess I need to organize my pens so I know what pens to buy. So, but that is pretty much it for this video. I just kind of wanted to show you guys what I've been up to, how my September went, and I'm showing here, like I'm just kind of closing it up with an elastic band like I usually do for all my notebooks. And but yeah, so that is pretty much it, guys. You know, I just wanted to show you guys, you know, what I've been up to, how September went, setting up October, and I am so much looking forward to October, what October brings. And like I said, the air is chilling. I'm excited. Halloween's coming up. Do you guys have plans for Halloween? We usually don't trick or treat. We pass out candy. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys are having an amazing month so far. I know you guys are. And I will see you in the next one.